What's up, everybody? It's Calamity John Maher here with a Why We Love Horror special edition. These are the shows where, there's so many movies in theaters at one point in time, and we want to cover all the new releases in a reasonable amount of time. And sometimes there's like a under the radar release or a subpar release, and I don't want to subject my poor co-hosts, my poor newlywed co-hosts, Abby Brooks and Aaron Brooks, to watch every movie if they don't have to, but I'll do it. So this week we got to see basically an advanced release of Cuckoo. So you'll be seeing that tomorrow. I was covering Cuckoo, so check out that tomorrow. But another movie came out this week that is kind of under the radar. I mean, I think I might have seen the trailer one time when I was in theaters, and it's on paper not a bad film. It's The Beast Within.
These woods, they're my woods. I'm king of these woods.
King.
I, king of these woods, pronounce thee princess.
Dad? Mama?
Yes, we are.
Where are you always going?
I heard you last night. You need to take Willow away.
Are we safe?
I would never let anything hurt you. He is your father.
I didn't want this. This cursed. It gets harder to control the rage.
This can't go on.
He's gonna tear that child to pieces. We're leaving.
It's him.
It's okay. Don't be scared. I am a monster. Get inside!
Stop it!
He loves us.
Kneel before your king.
And that is The Beast Within, starring Kit Harington, Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. He plays Noah, the dad, the afflicted person in the family. Ashley Cummings plays his wife, Imogene. Waylon is the father-in-law, played by James Cosmo, and the daughter Willow, played by probably one of the MVPs of 2024, Kaylin Springle, who we saw in stop motion earlier this year. This movie you saw in the trailer. I give you the synopsis. Once a month, Dad Noah turns into a werewolf, and the mom, Imogene, Ashley Cummings, is responsible for locks him up in a little shed on the property with a pig, and he goes to town. It's something, he tells his wife nothing changes. She still loves him. They go through that routine once a month. Obviously, it's a very painful metamorphosis for him to turn into a werewolf. That's basically that. This takes place in the modern day in rural England. This family of three, and the father-in-law kind of has like not a weird relationship, but he obviously is very concerned about the werewolf, the lycanthropy that is tearing this family apart. So he's at odds with the family about, why don't we just do something about this? And that leads to some conflict down the road in that family. But like I said, modern day, mom and daughter go into town to get all the supplies they need. They have like a kind of self-contained system on this farm to, not let the werewolf get into society. Dad Noah's okay with the system that's in place, and they just live their lives. Let's toss up spoilers to get into like me talking more deeply about this movie. Really, that is the whole movie. This movie is just right around 90 minutes, and with that plot being as simple as it is, it really drags through that 90 minutes, because once you see it happening and it's contained and everyone's cool with it, it's not like there's any sort of external conflict where like Noah is uncool with the system that's in place, or he's like turning into a werewolf outside of the normal monthly cycle, and it's causing some sort of like problems for the farm, which kind of leads you to believe that something else is going on. It turns out, as we see very deep into the third act, the werewolf problem, the lycanthropy, really you're left kind of ambiguous as to like, was he ever really turning into a werewolf, or is this movie just a giant metaphor for domestic violence and how it tears families apart, how the wife stays even though she's being abused, how the daughter witnesses the abuse, how the father-in-law witnesses the abuse, and he's at odds with Imogene, who's his daughter, and like she kicks him out because she sides with her husband. And I think all told, it really maybe isn't ambiguous when you look back on it in hindsight. I think it is basically the turning into a werewolf is just a coping mechanism that Willow has created to explain why her father hurts her mother, why her father scares her. So on that level, as a metaphor, it works perfectly. And I think this movie could have been told in probably under 20 minutes, but we do have to sit through an hour and a half of this movie where they really drive home the werewolf stuff like for a long, long, long time. It gets boring, but there's nothing technically bad about this movie. All four of the leads give strong performances. The setting is beautiful. The shots are beautiful. The creature design, when you see the werewolf, is actually above average. Is it the best werewolf I've ever seen? No. Is it top 10? Maybe. It's good. And the whole werewolf storyline plays out in a way that, like, you know, they rise up, the daughter rises up and stops him from hurting her mother, even though he's already mortally wounded the father-in-law. And, you know, so it resolves with Kit Harington's character dying by the hand of his daughter, and like the curse is broken. But is it the curse of lycanthropy, or is it the curse of the cycle of violence that domestic abuse creates? Shocker, it's the latter. And that's basically it. I wish I had more to say about the movie. Like, it is that stretched to its limits. If this movie was more than an hour and a half, like, I think there would be like legitimate complaints about this movie. Like, what the hell are you doing? At 90 minutes, it's pushing it. Like I said, should have been a short film. And that is probably exactly where I'm going to go with this.
I can fix it.
I hate to tell some director like, you know, Alexander J. Farrell in this case, that you should have made a short film. But if this was a short film, this would be a 5-star short film. Definitely. Like, it should have been. I'm not even saying, even if you cut it down to 80 minutes, like, and like you basically push the limits of what could be a feature-length film, you probably still would drag it a lot, because it really is a lot of just the same stuff happening over and over and over again, and like dropping hints that, like, you know, this guy, something's wrong with this guy, or dropping hints that like no one's comfortable with this, or having the tension between the father-in-law and the daughter. It's like they explore the space. They explore the space thoroughly, and you're there watching them explore the space ad infinitum in this movie. So where do I wind up? Like I said, technically there's nothing to hate about this movie. Like, I think all the actors and actresses in this movie bring it. All four performances are strong. You're just forced to be with them longer than you should be with them, and you'll feel it when you watch this movie. If you like werewolves, you might have a higher tolerance for it than normal people, but I settled on a 2.5 out of 5. It's not a bad movie. It's fine. It's just, for the 18,000th time, it's way, way, way too long. That being said, if you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group, Why We Love Horror. See me on TikTok at WWL Horror. Every Monday, we do Versus. Will and I, we cover a bad movie. Next Monday, we'll be covering, I think, The Leprechaun's Curse here on the channel. Wednesday, today, the day you're watching this, it's either this or it's a shorter version of Why We Love Horror Trivia. Thursdays, you get Why We Love Horror. We're doing Cuckoo this week. And then Horror Headlines live sometime in the evening. Check out the Facebook page or all the stuff to find out exactly when we're going live. And then Friday, Why We Love Horror Trivia. This Friday, we got debut matches. There's Jake Meltzer is playing Dean Maness in a singles debut, and we're also doing a Final Destination exhibition match. So if you're fans of those movies, check it out. Until then, we'll see you next time. I appreciate you stopping by.